It's the most widespread, serious environmental contamination crisis in Michigan since the PBB disaster of the 1970s. PFAS, the non-stick chemicals that were used in a host of consumer products for generations, but that don't break down in the environment and are now known to potentially harm human health. Some 46 sites in Michigan have PFAS groundwater or surface water contamination exceeding EPA health advisory guidelines. More than 11,000 sites across Michigan may have PFAS contamination at places like airports, fire stations, and municipal waste sites. In northern Kent County, more than 1,500 residential wells have tested for PFAS pollution. It's coming from groundwater plumes emanating from long-closed landfills filled with sludge from the former Wolverine Worldwide shoe and leather manufacturing company in Rockford, which closed its tannery in 2009. The company for years made Hush Puppy shoes with Scotchgard water repellent, PFAS compounds. Sandy Wynn Stelt lived across House Street in Belmont from Wolverine's long-ago sludge dump, unbeknownst to her. Her drinking water tested at more than 1,000 times the level EPA has set to protect health. The PFAS levels in Wynn Stelt's blood are 750 times higher than those of the average American.
I try to stay positive and optimistic, but it is what it is. As far as I know, there's no way to remove this from my system other than time will take it out. It's got a half-life, but nobody can give me good information about how it remains in your tissues, how it remains in your bones, what it does to alter the physiology of you or anything like that. So I don't know what it will do to me.
Wynn Stelt's husband, Joel, died in March 2016, less than a month after being diagnosed with liver cancer.
I have no idea if that's what caused it, but I think logic would tell you it didn't help it. It couldn't have helped it drinking this much Scotchgard, but I will never know, and I think that is part of what keeps you up. It makes it really hard to grieve when you have all these unknown questions kind of going through your head.
PFAS first came to prominence in Michigan at the former Wurtsmith Air Force Base in Oscoda, which closed in 1993 after 70 years. There, the use of firefighting foam in training over years left PFAS contamination in groundwater, affecting a widespread area around the base. It's affected nearby surface waters, including on the iconic Au River, where a do not eat the fish advisory was issued for native, non-migratory fish species. Michigan also became the first in the U.S. to test public drinking water systems statewide for PFAS contamination. That examination showed one Kalamazoo County community, Parchment, to have excessive PFAS levels in its municipal water supply, drank by more than 3,000 residents for an unknown period of time. It comes from the landfill of a longtime paper mill in the community that made sandwich wrappers that used PFAS for its grease-repelling abilities. David Dykehouse has lived in Parchment for virtually his entire life.
It was quite a shocker. And then instantly, kind of made my stomach upset to think that, not only myself, but my wife and my daughter, and then I started thinking about the history of my family and the issues that were involved, and maybe this could be part of that. So it was a little shocking and a little mad, actually.
Dykehouse has joined a class action lawsuit against Georgia Pacific, the ultimate owner of the paper mill, and 3M, the Minnesota corporation that provided the paper mill with PFAS. Dykehouse's attorney, Nicholas Colson, said internal 3M documents show the company knew for many years that its PFAS products didn't break down in the environment and that they caused harm to animals and humans.
But what we're alleging that 3M did is really a crime against humanity. It's an absolute outrage that in the name of profit, for decades, they suppressed this information and they continued pumping these chemicals out in incredible quantities into the natural environment. And the terrible result of that is that some communities like Parchment have had to bear the brunt of it.
This isn't just Michigan's problem. The Department of Defense has identified 401 sites nationwide with PFAS groundwater contamination. And there are thousands of sites across every U.S. state that used PFAS products for years. It's just that no one's looking for the contamination yet.
It's insane that in America at this point, you can't use your water.